This meeting is being recorded.
The Drifter VR, written by Patrick P.H. Hampton, an afterlife story. Life is a Highway by Tom Cochran, plays on a car stereo. Exterior, the Badlands day. A dune buggy zooms by. Interior, dune buggy. Point of view, Alf, artificial life form, single cam VR. Alf, or Al, as he prefers to be called, electronic sensor snaps blinks. He looks around at the scenery as the music becomes stereo. As the driver sings along, Al's attention is turned towards the singer, the Drifter, middle-aged Clint Eastwood type, with the cowboy hat, long knitted red scarf, flapping in the wind.
Happy to see you're finally awake, little buddy. Thought I lost you back there.
Al fixates on the Drifter as he continues the song.
Life is a highway. I want to drive it all night long.
The car swerves as the tires squeal.
Oh, sorry, little buddy.
Thud. They obviously hit something.
I was hoping it'd be a quiet trip home, but count my luck again.
A radioactive zombie rolls over the hood of the buggy and grabs on the driver's door. Foam froths from its mouth. The driver reaches to the passenger's side, unaffected by the monster, and grabs the mod double-barrel sawed-off shotgun. Title card, The Drifter VR. He shoots the zombie in the face. Al's sensor unlocks now. Capable of panning, and zombies fly over the car. The Drifter turns up the radio and continues to sing. Thud. Thud, thud. Fade to black. The car crashes. Exterior Western town day. The Drifter runs with Al shoved in his backpack, away from the vicious mutant zombie horde. They duck around a corner behind an overfilled trash can.
Al, you really did it this time. Why did you have to go and piss them off to begin with? Now, you can't move? Way to be a help, asshole.
The Drifter reveals an open wound on his arm. He takes out a dressing from within the backpack and quickly bandages it.
Let's hope we don't run into any people before the seals. I hate explaining this shit.
He looks over to Al, waiting for a witty response.
What? Lost for words?
The Drifter looks back in the backpack, checks Al's diagnosis.
Sorry, Al. Looks like your voice box was damaged in the scuffle, but luckily your VCU is untouched. Let's hope I can get out of this. If you're lucky, when we get home, I'll repair you good as new.
A zombie growls near.
Better off we lock ourselves up for the night and try to figure a way out of this pinch.
He points out a more general store in the clearing.
That looks like a spot.
He throws on the backpack with Al secured. Crack! The mutant lunges over the trash can. Fresh blood gushes from out of its lips. The Drifter sprints for it. They bolt to the door of the boarded up store he points out. Zombies and mutants trip over each other in the chase. The Drifter plunges his shoulder into the door, breaking down the hinge. Interior, more general store day continues. The Drifter hastily shuts the door. He grabs a chair and shoves it under the handle. He puts down the bag and continues to search for anything heavy to barricade the door.
I told you to stay out of trouble. You know we have to be careful. Victor scouts are everywhere, but what do I know? Seriously, Al, what do I know?
He looks over at his friend.
Sorry. Forgot your voice box. You know, you are lucky your CPH wasn't touched. Fuck. No, we're lucky. What would Victor do if he got his hands on you?
Who are you talking to, mister?
The Drifter jumps back in front of a boarded up window. He slyly slides the back over with his foot and unrolls his sleeve to hide his wound.
Myself. There's fucking zombies out there. I was hearing this was a safe zone.
And then overnight the monsters came. All we could do was lock ourselves in.
A man storms in wildly with guns blaring.
Stop talking to him, Charlie. He ain't one of us.
He tucks the girl behind him.
But he doesn't look like trouble.
She's right. Listen to the little lady. I was looking for a safe place until I could figure out my next move.
Mutant punches through the boarded up window and grabs the Drifter's obnoxiously long red scarf.
Shit! A little help here?
He struggles to get free from the binding article. Woman walks with a pistol and shoots the mutant right between the eyes, dropping the red scarf.
Hank, grab some boards. We need to reinforce those barricades. They got this prick scent. Better tie down. gonna be a long night.
The drifter dusts himself off and checks his breath. He looks woman up down with a lustful intent.
Well, hello, little lady. What's your name?
She points the gun at his face.
And who the fuck are you?
He steps back with his hands in the air.
Anyone you want me to be.
She grabs him by the arms and escorts the drifter with the gun sticking in the middle of his back.
Baby, I can't forget my knapsack. Life's in there.
Charlie,
Charlie grabs the bag with trouble, throws it over her shoulder.
Wow, this sack's heavy, mister. What are you doing there? Canned food?
Man stays back, reinforcing the barricade.
Why do I have to do all the labor? It's because you're the man. Fuck being the man.
Charlie, struggling behind, follows the woman and the drifter.
up the stairs. Now.
The barrel pressing into his back, they move up the stairs. Interior, more general store, stairs, continuous.
Be careful, baby. I get nervous around guns.
The woman digs the barrel deeper in his back as he obeys.
Ooh, baby. How do you know that's just how I like it? Usually I ask for a name before we get to the kinky stuff. You into handcuffing too?
No need for names. You ain't gonna be lucky to live long enough.
I wish.
They push up the stairs and scurry into a second floor bedroom. Charlie stalls in the doorway. Pat, pat, pat. Man frantically runs underneath them, looking for wood. Interior, more general store, second floor room, continuous. Woman points at the chair.
Sit.
Charlie follows swiftly behind her.
He doesn't seem bad. Why do we gotta stick him up?
Not now.
But what about those creatures that come at night?
Not now.
Whoa, baby, what creatures?
Shut the fuck up.
They keep on took all the people at night. They took my ma and pa.
Charlie drops the bag on the floor. Screen flickers from the static from the power malfunction.
Careful with that, please.
The woman pierces the barrel deep in his back.
Damn, baby. Can you ease up on that thing? I'm not looking to get gun rape. Would you rather you save the bullets for those things at night?
What's in that sack anyways? Anything good?
It's just a bunch of junk, a tool, and I'm trying to fix that busted on a recon mission.
Charlie, search the bag.
Charlie searches and goes through the bag.
What is it?
I don't know, just a bunch of computer stuff. Looks like a robot.
Robot ain't a tool. What are you doing with ancient tech?
I said I was on a recon mission.
Man bursts into the room.
Hank, what is it?
This ain't good. I think they got this sent.
Bullshit. Wait, seriously though, your name's Hank? Like in Hanky Poo?
Hank slaps him.
Who's asking you, stranger? For all I know, you're the reason these monsters are here.
Impossibly. Probable. Hanky Poo.
Hank hits him again.
You know something?
Nothing.
Hank, again.
The drifter puts his hands in the air.
Come on there. Is there serious no need for this?
Hank punches him again.
Are you always this barbaric to guess?
When a bunch of monsters come and overrun our town, kidnapping our people, you're damn straight.
Victor, you SOB.
Hank and the woman recognize the name and are taken back in shock.
What did you say?
The woman launches the barrel deeper into the back of the drifter, knocking him over.
Damn, baby, I told you, you don't have to be rough.
Shut your pie hole. We don't talk about fairy tale demons in these parts.
She points the gun to his head,
Never use that filthy name in my presence.
and she cocks the action of the pistol back.
Mira, don't. Maybe he can save us.
The drifter chuckles.
Save you? Sorry, sweetheart.
Regaining his composure, the drifter turns around, the barrel pointing between his eyes. He grabs the barrel and holds it in place.
You'd have better luck saving yourself because it's about to be the only thing I'm good at.
The woman, shaken, shakes the gun loose, aims it to his chest, and the drifter rises back to his feet.
If it is who must not be named, don't waste your bullets on me and better use them on yourself.
Shut your mouth. Mira, if you ain't going to shoot him, I'll shut him up manually.
Hank swings. The drifter catches fist with ease.
What's up with people? Always resorting to violence first, ask questions later.
Mira steps back with a pistol and shakes.
Don't move. I swear I'll shoot.
Sweetheart, the safety is on. If you're going to shoot me, I would hope you know to turn it off first.
Mira gets frustrated and click, the safety is turned off.
It's all cute and admirable that you're acting all tough, but we have bigger issues on hand.
Who thinks we'd want a stranger's help?
Who thinks I want to be carrying around a load of dead weight?
Who are you, mister?
Just because you're so cordial, little miss, you can call me James. James Moore.
He winks at her and looks around at the other two.
But you lot, you call me the Drifter.
Mira steps back in shock. The pistol drops to her side.
Impossible.
Hank, lost and confused, he turns red out of frustration.
First, we have monsters ransack our quiet little town. Now we have a man who thinks he's a ghost.
What's a drifter?
Just a legend, nothing but a story told to scared kids.
The Drifter dusts off his hat and puts it back on.
Impossible. There's no way you can be him. You should be dead.
With all this fun, I have been through this in a lifetime, but I'm pretty sure that's the most recent name people keep referring me by.
Hank grabs him by his scarf.
Is there something wrong with you? Or are you just mentally ill, faking to be an old dead guy?
I can only say I've seen a worse reaction.
Mira retreats out of the room.
Little miss, how long you been held up?
5 days.
Thump, thump, thump. Heavy steps scurry across the ceiling, grabbing everyone's attention. Crash! Mira screeches from the depths of the hall.
Mira!
He frantically exits the room to get her.
Shit.
The Drifter looks at Charlie.
Do you think you can do me a favor?
She shakes her head in agreement.
Hmm?
He points to the bag.
What's in that bag is really precious to me. You think you can carry that fat load for a bit longer?
Charlie puffs out her chest.
Yes, I can.
Thank you. I'll do my best to get us, well, at least you out. Just stay close and do what I say, okay?
The Drifter pats Charlie on the head.
Now, we gotta hurry.
Charlie grabs the bag and puts it on her back. She follows the Drifter out of the room. Interior Moore General Store stairway continuous. The Drifter and Charlie quickly look over the railing. He witnesses Hank struggle to rip a mutant's hand off Mira through the other poorly boarded window. Whoosh! The Drifter jumps down over the railing. Charlie instantly falls down the stairs.
I don't want to die. Help!
Mira!
Charlie catches up to the doorway at the bottom. Interior Moore General Store day continuous. Swish! The Drifter picks up his cane, unlocking the hidden sword from within. Sheer, he slices off the mutant's arm, releasing the grasp from Mira. Hank pulls her away from the hazard.
You okay? Did they get you?
The Drifter looks out the window's new opening. The armless creature runs away.
I think so.
Hank checks her up and down for bite marks, then embraces her.
I thought I was going to lose you.
The Drifter grabs a board from the corner of the window. He walks over to Mira in Hank's arms.
You okay?
Hank moves her out of the way, confronting the Drifter.
Who was asking you?
If someone could barricade the windows properly, you wouldn't have been.
The Drifter shoves a board into Hank's chest. Reality sinks in for Hank as Mira grabs his arm. Charlie runs over to her aid.
Thank you.
Don't thank me yet. We got a long night ahead of us.
A howl comes from outside.
Scared.
Me too, small fry. Me too.
He looks over to Hank.
We better get to work boarding up this place properly. Well, if we're going to survive.
Who died and made you king?
Hank,
He gets shy.
get us out of here, please. If you really are who you are.
Mira puts her hand out and the Drifter shakes it. He winces in pain, still from the fresh wound. Hank notices it.
Can I see the bag?
Yes, Mr. Moore.
He smiles. Mira exits upstairs to get the work.
No, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Charlie puts down the bag, runs over and gives him a hug.
Thank you.
She giggles, hurrying off after Mira to help out. The Drifter looks over to Hank, grabs a board.
Time to nail some shit down.
Finish part 1.
First of all, thank you, Johnette, for your inaugural narration. I think you did a great job. And Marla has already said that she needs to skip away real quick. So would you like to be the first to offer any critique if you have any? You're on mute.
Yeah, sorry, I'm in the middle of moving, so I got to get back to the packing. But yeah, no, it was a really fun character. I like being tough, so that was fun.
You did a great job.
Thanks. I think, pardon me.
You really did. I agree.
Oh, thank you. I think that you got some good characters there. It makes me want to know more about who they are and where they came from. very reminiscent of the Walking Dead kind of stories, which I would imagine is what you're kind of going for. I like the Western twist. I guess my critique would be maybe we could see a little bit more Western, because you said it was something what was Western.
Yeah.
But I didn't really see a lot of, and maybe it's more in the whatchamacallit, the B-roll, but I didn't really see a lot of the Western kind of vernacular, like, something that would make me think it's a Western. Not that I think it has to be, but it's just if that was where you were going for, maybe I missed something. I didn't see the Western part of it, other than maybe the little lady type of talk, but and maybe it would be more, are you thinking like it would show up more in the costuming? Like, is it kind of like a steampunk? Is that where you're kind of
That's kind of the vibe. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So, and then also like a lot of the Western stuff in the Western town is gonna be shown within the just the scenery. So it's gonna be still in the background of the story.
but it definitely left me wanting to know more and curious about the characters and who they all are, and especially the drifter, because it was like, is he a ghost? Is he like, who is this guy? So no, good job. It was captivating.
Thank you very much, and thank you much for reading. You did a great
Thanks.
job.
Oh, thank you. All right, sorry I gotta go, guys, but you guys all did great. Good
Thanks
job.
for jumping in. I know it was a busy time for you, so I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Always happy to help. See you guys later.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so as you may have noticed, some of you, I'm changing your names to your characters for the next script. If you already know what your character's name is, go ahead, and if I haven't changed you yet, you change yourself. It's done by the 3 dots to the upper right of your image under rename. Otherwise, I can do it for you later. I got this idea from somebody else, and I think it's very, very helpful to see who is reading what. And I see, Scott, you already caught on to that. Okay, so next we will have, I'm just going to take host privilege and I'll do mine next. I really liked the whole idea, Patrick. I liked the near future thing. It's very doable as far as production goes. It's not hard to create, the future tech, and yet because it's, all apocalyptic or whatever, it's you don't have a lot of infrastructure to rebuild. So that's very clever. And I like the character. I would have liked to have seen a little more of Al participating. I know his voice box was screwed up, so that's why he couldn't. But maybe, I don't know, maybe there could be a little more before he gets broken. But because I like that kind of that Wilson vibe from Castaway, like he's your Wilson kind of. Not that you don't seem to have a affection for him, but you get what I'm saying. I like him as your.
There's a history between the characters.
You could sense that, and I kind of wanted to see a little more back and forth before he got crushed. A concern that I have is PH's or the Drifter's the way he spoke to Mira was pretty condescending, pretty sexual harassment-ish. I know that you're going for a vibe and there's like an attitude there, but I think in this day and age it's like walking a dangerous line. And I did find it like unnecessary. Maybe she could come back at you, stand up for herself a little more. But the honey, the baby, all of that, it's the old days. Men know better than to talk to women like that now, or they should. And if this character, if that's just his way, then I think he should have some consequences for that. That's all I'm saying. I don't think it's a good idea to have that kind of behavior go without consequence. That's all.
I like it.
Yeah.
Great note.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I was confused about the violence when on page 8 when you were getting punched. Was that meant to be a kind of comedic violence? Because your character maintained a very sarcastic attitude through that whole thing. And I got the impression you wanted it to kind of be dark funny.
Yeah, he's kind of like immortal, so like Paige's just kind of like,
Oh, is he immortal?
yeah, and
That's why everybody thought you were dead.
that's part of it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he
Yeah,
walks
hold
through
on.
like the idea of this whole franchise afterlife, it starts in the present time, then it goes 800 years in the future. So I have characters like a time traveler that actually jumps time from the present to the
That's what she
future.
meant by ancient tech.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
that's where he's going through. That's where I'm not telling some people some notes because like I like to hear them in the questions.
Okay.
But I wrote the script actually to be a virtual reality project. And
that's the VR.
yeah, but in the eyes of Al. So you would be Al as the character, as the player.
Yeah, his POV. That you mentioned that in the first page.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
oh. So can I
Yeah.
ask then? So is Al pretty much the one holding all of his memories? And then when they asked, you cannot be this person because pretty much that person is not there. Is that where you're going with all of that to blend all of that in?
Basically, yeah. I'm basically the way I write it, or the way I'm trying to write it, is that Al is basically the what was it? He's the one sending all the information to Victor, and Victor sending all the monsters there. So you don't realize it, but your cues themselves visually are going to be sending more monsters your way to give you more cues for the game.
So it's happening, but it's not really happening. I mean, is this real life or is it VR?
It's VR. This is VR. It's like a VR game, and you're seeing it all through the eyes of Al as the broken down robot that can't speak, but you can look around.
So is the drifter a real person, or is he a guy playing a game, or is he just
he's a real person? It's like you're the virtual reality means like it's a virtual reality game, not like he's in virtual reality.
And this is meant to be the pilot, right? So there won't be any exposition about that.
No, exactly.
Okay, cool. I like that now that I understand. But of course, I had to get exposition to understand it, so I don't know what to say. But my most important point was about the sexual innuendo and
consequences. Yeah, definitely felt that while reading and hearing it out.
But if his character's from the past, he would bring that forward, so it is kind of appropriate for his character.
Yeah,
but
still,
he should get a smackdown for that.
Right, from a strong character like that, you would get smacked down from there. But like I feel like Mira would have is she's just waiting for Hank just to smack him down anyways.
You're looking for any excuse. Okay, I am done with my comments. Scott, did you have any observations? Okay, and Bob Webb.
I agree with you.
I'm golden.
Everything I said?
Yeah.
Okay, Haley, how about you?
I wasn't thinking about what you had said, but I agree with that. And I think that the woman's character could definitely snap back a little harder because it would be in line with her character. Yep.
Yeah, she was very tough. So I was surprised that she was taking that.
Well, that's why like the gun going further in the back and stuff like that, when he gets more condescending, it's kind of like he's pushing that line even more to get shot.
Yeah. I don't know. As a woman, I feel like women use words, even though she had a gun, women use words.
True.
Okay, so anything else, Haley?
No, I think that was it. I had fun playing Charlie. I like that character.
Cool.
How old do you imagine that character?
Actually a child character, so I was looking like teenage or younger. Or when
I thought you
wrote
wrote somewhere 15 in a description that you sent me.
I was using that more for a casting option, so I didn't have to hire a kid.
Because an adult can play a 15-year-old. Gotcha.
Yeah, you get the 18-year-old boundary right there. So that's where I did keep it there, but very innocent character anyways, and that's kind of where I wanted to keep it that way.
It's hard to be innocent in that environment, but
exactly.
Yeah, I think you pulled it off, Haley. Okay, then next is Nicole.
Hi, yeah, thanks for having me today.
I think this is your inaugural read with us.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. You've been with the group for a while, so I'm really glad you've been able to jump in. Welcome.
Thanks, it was perfect timing. Yeah, I really enjoyed the story. The action, it was always moving forward, so I was always like engaged watching it. And I liked the slow reveal of the backstory. I was definitely like picking up like that ancient tech. It's like, oh, okay, like I like that everything wasn't given up right away. And so that was that really made me interested in the characters to get to know them for the next and the next. The only moments where I sort of fell out were some of the name puns, which in the content, once I realized he was from the past, I'm like, oh, is like the Voldemort reference kind of, because that sort of took me out of this world to the other world. And I think if I had established or already had the clue that he's from a distant past, it's like, oh, he's reconciling his worlds, all that. But in the moment, because it didn't fit in that world yet, because I was still learning about the current world, I wanted to stay in the current world. And like I could see though, like that's part of his character. So like those puns in other ways where I could see those jokes or references, because also like the hanky poo threw me a little bit too. I was like, is that a South Park pun? Like I don't
Yeah, actually, yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know if that
I
would
forgot that was.
land.
It actually
with
is.
Voldemort.
Yeah, thank you.
because like I love that kind of stuff, but and I think that the comedy, the comic relief is helpful for that character, but maybe after we're already kind of this, like that's almost like a second episode one. Now
You're frozen, Nicole.
oh no, how about
You'll
now?
come back in a second.
Let's
There
see.
you go. Yeah.
But yeah, those are things I could see.
Frozen
Like,
again. Oh no. But I think you made your point. Oh wow, Patrick, everybody's freezing. Is it just my computer that's doing this?
You're actually frozen for
You're
us.
all
I don't know.
frozen.
Yeah,
It's
it's
coming
your
in and out.
connection,
Oh, dear.
Alice.
It's coming in and out. Yeah.
Can everybody hear properly?
Yeah.
in here, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I just got a signal. My internet connection is unstable, so it's just me. Thank God. Okay, go ahead, Nicole, if you had anything else.
Oh, but yeah, actually, I really did get the neo-Western vibes. And it's funny, even especially like the kid character Charlie kind of reminded me of from the movie Rango with the little iguana girl. Like it had that kind of innocence, but also little grit. So I could definitely get that sort of neo-dystopic future. And from a VR point of view, that we are the bot, because my friend does VR stories, like that makes perfect sense why we're just chilling in your backpack watching it.
You know. Thank
Speaking
you.
of VR, are you going to do it live action or something like rotoscope?
Honestly, I was thinking about just doing this as a game. Just
So
like-
a live action game?
yeah. Just it's gonna be easier just to go with the assets and everything else like that. But then again, like during this whole journey, I have had opportunities and offers of cameras and stuff like that to shoot it in VR. So we'll see. I
I
have
was
a
just
lot of
curious. It's not really crucial, but I was just
Yeah.
wondering.
Yeah.
Okay, if Nicole is done, we'll go on to Kathy as an observer, and then Rana and Steve as observers. So Kathy, go for it.
Okay, excuse me. I just went through like on page 5, just some of the wording.
Okay, you're frozen on my, I think if you guys are frozen on my computer, then the recording doesn't get you. So let's wait a second until Kathy's unfrozen. I'm so sorry about this, guys.
Alice, I think
Okay.
if you turn your video off, it might make the connection better on your end.
I will do that, and I will mute myself.
Okay.
I think we're good.
Okay. I just noticed a few, I don't know if they're typos or wording problems. On page 5, it said, what do you do in there? I don't know, maybe now that you're all talking about VR and all that, maybe that is right, but I thought it should be, what do you have in there?
Kathy just mute. She just went
Kathy's
mute.
she's muted, so I don't know what's going on. But
Okay, I heard Kathy all right, and I would actually just echo what she said, that there are numerous typos. We just need to proofread and do some redlining.
And what I was trying to say, I didn't unmute myself, was that there will always be typos in every script we read. We're not going to be concerned about that, although I do appreciate you noticing them. I am a total grammarian myself, but I think Patrick's aware of where those things are, and he knows what he was trying to say. So when you want to point those out, really focus on anything that's truly confusing. If you know what it was meant to be, we're going to just skip over it, if that's okay. guys. Okay.
And there's definitely some lines and there's some like little like speech ups that I messed up that I definitely saw that stuff in there. So I do appreciate it. Yeah, there are. I'm dyslexic. So like
I mean, one of the reasons we do these reads is so you can catch that stuff, Patrick. You can highlight it or mark it, whatever, on your paper and fix it later. But I appreciate that Kathy and Steve noticed those things, and I'm sure Rhonda did too. I did, but I've learned through experience. You know, I was paying way too much attention to that before, and I was, you know, it's not necessary. But guys, thank you so much for noticing that. And just in the future, we're going to focus on things that are logical issues. If there's a lack of flow of some kind and you need clarification, that is what we're going to bring up to Patrick so that he can clarify it for us. Okay, I'm going to let you continue, Kathy, if you have anything else. Yes or no, Kathy? You're still on mute, Kathy.
Okay, no, I'm good. That's
Okay,
good.
then Steve, you can go.
I don't have much to add. I did get the Western vibe. I like the whole High Plains Drifter kind of feel coming in. And yeah, people have already said there needs to be a little more response to his inappropriate sexual stuff. Other than that, I had fun with it. I think you'll have a lot of fun shooting the zombie scenes and the mutants.
Did you like my growling, Patrick?
Oh god, the sound effects were brilliant. Like you guys had me breaking the whole time.
Okay, Steve, if that's all you had. Oh, excuse me, that was my husband. Oh, he's leaving the hospital finally. If Steve is done, we're going to let Johnette. Did you have time to make any observations, Johnette? You were so busy narrating. I can't hear you.
I actually, oh, I'm off of mute. Yes, I made a few observations myself.
Cool, go for it.
I'm not even going to go into the grammar because I do stuff like that myself when I write, so I'm not even going to go there. So once I found out that it was more of a VR thing, and when Patrick said that, I was like, oh, and it clicked in my head. And I think more of a clarity in that somehow put in to the scenario probably would kind of help me a little bit more with figuring that out. I didn't understand the Western theme, kind of like what Marla was saying. And I believe, and I know you were going for the whole theme of the female trying to be more aggressive with the gun and pushing that in to his back to be more aggressive. That was that point of view. But I understand, though, in this day and age, with how everything is, that wasn't the way to go about, I guess, writing that, if that makes sense.
I wrote this before me too.
Yeah, exactly. So I know a lot of things are written that way. And I imagine there are other people that have stuff written that. So it's more of a just editing too with things like that. Otherwise, I believe it's well written because, I mean, I read it very well. I know everyone else had fun with it, I believe, didn't they?
Mhm.
I'm asking everyone when I say that.
A lot of mutes, but yeah, everyone's shaking their head. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Definitely. I know that you did very
Thank
well
you,
with all of
Johnette.
them.
And I'm going to stop this recording and